Hey guys, it's been a minute. What's up?
I'm gonna be honest, I have not been into Dota at all these past 2 weeks.
I don't think I've played much since the games on that Thursday. These are the games. I've played 5 games. Yeah, I just have not been into Dota recently. I'm probably the worst person to be doing this right now because I just don't know what's good. All I know is from watching Jenkins, BSJ, Cinderin, and Suns Fan podcast. Like, I don't know a lot about Dota right now. But I think this is going to be a really short episode for a couple of reasons. One, I cannot find these 3 series. I don't know if they weren't ticketed or if I'm just looking and I can't find them anywhere on Dota Buff. I'm just looking wrong. I've gone to like the captain's Dota Buffs and their games aren't showing up. Like if you go to my Dota Buff, my games will show up here. Tournament games. I have not found anyone's games. So I think these 3 series weren't ticketed. It's going to be hard to go over them. I mean, I'll talk about that a little bit. But so if you're on one of these teams and you're looking for content on your team, it's probably going to be near the end. It's probably going to be like 30 seconds. So my apologies. You guys can skip to the predictions and everything at the end. That'll probably be the best bet for you. But regardless, we can start. I forgot to mention, I'm not really going to go in depth into these drafts because I don't know realistically who would win from the patch based off the patch, like what the meta is right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to look at every draft and be like, oh, this guy read the patch notes and picked a really good draft based off of what I know from BSJ, Jenkins, and Sidderin. And then I'm going to be like, wow, this guy, me, had no idea what he was doing, and that's hilarious because it's such a weird week. I think that's what I'm going to focus on this week because it was so weird. Like, no one really knew anything. I think all the games happened on or like right after the patch, so it's going to be a little weird video, but it'll be kind of short. Get you back in the mood for AD2L this coming week. And, yeah. Meritot Lincoln versus 2 Boots. Right off the bat, we got an Ogre, an AA, a Skywrath Mage, a Viper, and a Lifestealer. Skywrath Mage is like Meritot Lincoln's thing, right? Mid Skywrath. They drafted at 18. Yeah, they like it. I do think Viper was not nerfed a lot. I think I have the same thought process here. I think Viper's still really strong, and I hate it. He's such a boring hero, but I think he's really strong, so I like that pick. I think I also fell into the trap of the Lifestealer and thinking, hey, he's probably going to be good. I don't think Lifestealer is that good right now. I think people still have to figure out how to play him. I think Ogre and AA are fine, and then mid Skywrath, I just know they like Skywrath. I don't think he got buffed that much that would make this like, oh, that's a super good pick. I think that's just comfort pick. 2 Boots went with Underlord, Lina, Void, Snapfire, and Sniper. Okay, so Underlord I think is pretty good right now. I don't think anything crazy. I think Void got nerfed a little bit. He's still pretty good, but he's not like as good as he was last patch. I think last patch he was really good. This patch he's okay. I think there are better carries this patch than him, but I think he's okay. Lina I think is in a really good spot. I think as far as supports go, I think Lina's a really good 4 position right now, so I like that. Snapfire, I mean, it's okay. I don't think she's in any crazy spots. And then Sniper I don't think is in an amazing spot. I don't think he got nerfed or buffed all that much, so not bad. So based off the meta picks, I'm gonna have to go with 2 Boost draft for the Lina. I like this because it's kind of like their comfort draft for Meritot Lincoln. So I like both drafts. I think 2 Boots won. I don't even like feel right saying whose drafts are better, but I think like overall in theory I like this draft better, but I think this is better for the patch now.
These spells are up. It looks like there's probably a cheese on the Sniper, right? Yeah. He's got a Gesso as well. This Void, I mean, his guy's just gone. That's a dieback on this guy. Frontal was committed, but I think that's fine. They did commit the Snapfire ult as well. But I think they still should have plenty of damage. The Ogre's gone immediately. The Lifestealer's going in on the Snapfire right here, but he's getting peeked down by the Sniper as well. He's trying to run for the Sniper, but when he reaches, he's going to go down. Another 4-step away from Rooster, and he's just gone. The BKB is from the Void. He just breaks into the Viper and takes him out. He's going to time walk off the...
Game 2 for Meritot Lincoln versus 2 Boots. 2 Boots went Alchemist, Underlord again. I think Alchemist is actually in a decent spot. I actually don't think he's in a terrible spot. I actually think he's in an okay spot. Finley really likes the Snapfire. They went with Marana. It's a classic Dan Rather's hero. And then they went Venge mid. So I've heard a lot of really mixed stuff on this. I assume he got Ags, and then you just technically never die. I heard it's okay if you like build aura items and all this stuff. I've seen mixed results on it right away. A lot of people were like, this is gonna be sick, and then people were buying first item Ags, and then people were like, oh, this sucks because they were losing a lot. And now I think it's kind of making its way back, and I think it's actually kind of viable. Oh, this is a carry Venge. I mean, still same thing. I think realistically in this game, it's the Alk is the carry here for this draft. I really like Jakiro. I think Jakiro's in a nice spot. I have not had the chance to play his Shard, but I think his Shard is really good. I like him, but I don't know. Like I was saying last game with Void, he's good. I don't know if he's the top carries in this patch. I was going to pick Bane, and then I saw that his Shard didn't work in the sense that as soon as you moved the hero, your illusion would stop holding the ulti, which is the whole reason you would get that Shard. So I didn't draft him. It was like a bug. They fixed it like the day after. So I don't know what happened here. I mean, 16 assists. That's pretty good. So with only 4 deaths, Jester played really well. I approve. Dragon Knight, I don't know if he's good. I have literally nothing about Dragon Knight. His Shard is when you're in Dragon form, you do the fire. It's okay. But it's an item that only does anything when you're in Dragon form. So like, whatever, you know? And then Invoker, they keep buffing up his Shard and everything. I actually think Invoker will be good eventually. I think right now you don't necessarily want to buy all those items for one of his spells. I guess that's kind of my problem with Invoker. I don't know. I don't know how often you use Ice Path or Ice Wall, whatever it's called. I don't know how often you use that on Invoker, so I'm not an Invoker player. But overall, I think I actually like Marathon Lincoln's draft better. Again, they always play these weird offlaners that are actually mids. I really hate Dragon Knight offlane. I think I've harped on that a lot, but you know, I'm not here to critique drafts. I'm here to talk about the meta.
Yeah.
Killing spree. Double kill. Double kill.
Kind of just looked like Two Boots snowballed both games. One early game hard. I don't necessarily think there was stomps. I think from the little bit I watched, Todd Lincoln actually made some good plays when they were, you know, a very large amount of gold behind. I think they made some pretty good plays. But yeah, I mean, Two Boots 2-0, they snowballed both games. I think they played really well. That's an impressive game to me from Two Boots. Yeah. We got Harpies versus Wards and Base Prodigy. I think this was a pretty hyped series, if I can remember correctly going into it. I think both of them were higher up in the rankings. They offlane Dragon Knight again. Dude, come on, guys. I'm so sick of this. I don't know if Dragon Knight's good. Middle, Snapfire, that might still be good. Yeah, that could be good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if Snapfire got a big buff. Boom. The first Wraith game. I mean, this guy apparently is the best hero in Dota right now. I mean, it's huge. Great pick. I love to see it. Another Bane. So everyone was kind of thinking the same thing with the Bane here. I thought it last series. They thought it. This series they're thinking it. I just didn't pick it because the Shard wasn't working when I tried it. And then Earthshaker, I think it's pretty good. I mean, Earthshaker's always a good hero. I think it's always a good way of counter initiation, good damage. Harpies went with Underlord. I think Underlord's good. Void, I've harped on it enough. I think he's okay. I think he's in a good spot. T with the Shadow Demon. I like this. I think Shadow Demon's pretty good. I think his purge on allies now with the Shard is really nice. I like Shadow Demon. I don't think he's the strongest support. I think there's lots of supports better than him right now, at least that I've seen recently. But I like the Shadow Demon. Another Marana and Jakiro. I mean, these two I've talked about already. It seems like everyone's kind of thinking the same thing so far with these first 4 teams, like a lot of similar picks. I have to give it to Wards and Base because they picked Wraithgate, and Wraithgate was the big winner of this patch, and they saw it. So hey, kudos to them. Oh, I wonder whether Wraithgate didn't
now,
build
with the tower gone, Pandemonium having this level, they should make short work of it. The time walk, but the The time lock not proccing because of that disarm. Macropyre committed forward, also catching him now in the pit of malice. Mortimer's kiss is thrown from deep. Echo Slam mostly whiffing. Pandemonium wants to go back in. He's juking around with that time lock, time walk. But now he's caught in the Atos, he's stunned out. You need a save from T, but what difference does it make? Oh no, it catches him inside of the Chronosphere after he'd already chronoed, and now you've got Chad Barthouse taking him down, getting the first life with that Fiend's Grip. But all these heroes just fighting back. Throwing in Chimp, he's got no Echo Slam. No stuns
Holy
available.
cow,
Everybody
so
is
many
bought back now
buybacks.
on Wards and Base Prodigy. This is the end. This is their last stand, and they're going to pick up T with it so far. Pandemonium on the BKB. He's just firing away. Down goes Bearju. Bearju is a huge source of damage. No reincarnate form as well. And down goes Bum as well. 2 cores. They got to finish off Red Ranger. Red Ranger caught in the stun through the BKB. Pit of Malice doesn't do anything against the BKB. Now you're just trying to get away. The time walk forward. Time locking out Chad Barthouse. Chucking out Red Ranger as well. Red Ranger is going down. Chad Barthouse and Jim back into the base, but it's not going to do them any good.
El Burrito has a Dagon.
Again, once more.
All right, game 2. We had Magnus. Is that an off-lane Magnus? Looks like, yeah. T playing the Ogre. I think Magnus is okay. I can't even remember. Oh, his shard is dumb. I guess it could be useful. I don't know. Then the Ogre. I think a lot of people picked Ogre. This is the second time he's picked this series. Jakiro again. Void I've harped on enough. And Invoker I talked about last game. So very similar. I mean, in the 4 games we've looked at, I mean, I think Void's been picked 3 of the 4, if not 4 of the 4. I mean, he's been picked a lot. Jack was big in this series. Again with the Bane. Centaur. I think Centaur's okay. I can't even remember what his shard does. I don't think it was anything special. I don't think he got buffed that much. I don't think he got nerfed that much. PL. I think PL is a really good hero this patch. The reason he's not like the best hero, like he got buffed and he was a good hero last patch. He got buffed. The reason he's not getting picked a lot is because last patch Sven was the most popular hero and Sven is good against PL. And this patch, it's just Radiance carries. Like you just pick Radiance on Wraith King and you do fine. You know what I mean? Like, so it kind of feels like meh. I really like the hero right now. I think it's good. It just has to be a PL game and then you'll win. Like it's almost like a Trump pick. Middle Venge, I talked about that a little bit last series. I don't know how it is. A lot of losses. I guess in theory the shard's cool, right? Or no, that's Agnum Scepter is cool. That just gives you the abilities. But didn't that used to just be a talent? A Marana. So we talked about Marana. I like the PL. I think this... Actually, I think I have to go with Wards and Base again. I mean, their carry picks have been really good. I think PL is good. Actually, I don't know if it's a great PL game, though. It's the thing. Because you just buff... Actually, I think I gotta go with Harpies here, because I think you just counter the PL, right? In theory, I mean, he only died 6 times, so I say you counter the PL with Magnus Void, but... Anyway. Oh, this looked like a really good game.
To deal with the sheer tankiness of Chimp and Bearju. Swap back in. No chrono available. Give trying to get the skewer backwards. Down he goes. Give has buybacks. They actually find the kill onto Chimp. Chimp looking a lot squishier when he's under the tier 4s. Bearju trying to go in. Buyback from Chimp. Chimp wants to end this now. They need one more hit to bring down tier 4 in mid. There's one of the tier 4s. The other is very low as well. Bearju's just going to run on it, trying to pummel it down. Down it goes. Doppelgang away. Little Burrito looking for the play. RP whiffs. Macropyre is still down, doing a little bit of damage. They're going to pick up the Marana Cataclysm. Dodged by Doppelganger. Chad Barthouse tries to pick up the Beam's Grip, but instead he melts for his troubles. And now Bearju's the only one remaining. Down goes Bearju. Down goes Red Ranger. Could this
Mega
be a
Creep
home for
comeback.
the Harpies? Buybacks flying in, but you don't have it on Bearju. You don't have a buyback on the Marana either. On Bum.
Holy crap.
What would be enough?
Yeah, and then just win. I mean, that was crazy. Dude, this series was fantastic. I mean, so far, definitely the series of the week. I gotta look at the other 2 we have. Or, I don't, one of them's mine, so definitely this one I would say is
The front runner, depending on the last one that isn't my series. This was like Mega creeps.
Hold and come back. I don't know how well these guys know each other. I know they've scrimmed a couple times, but I'm just curious. Yeah, Harpies with the 2-0. Very impressed. This game was crazy. This was a really good game. The first game wasn't bad. This one was just unreal. Definitely game of the week so far. I mean, they had mega creeps. You never see a mega creep hold comeback. Good looks, dude. Good job, Harpies. Alright, this is the battle of the top two teams going into the week. And Kenny, I said was going to 2-0. I can't remember, but not important. They go with Ursa. I think Ursa's pretty good right now. Obviously, he's not a Wraith King, but I think he's good. Nature's Prophet, I think, is not in a bad spot at all. I actually think he's okay. Middle Nature's Prophet, I'm sure it could work. I really like the spot Rubik is in. I think he's really good. Lycan at the time of the games was really good. He had a huge win rate spike before he was like subsequently a little bit nerfed. They go off lane Lycan, building exactly what you do carry, and then Jakiro. So I mean, this is really good stuff when it comes to the meta. This is impressive. I think all these heroes are in a pretty good spot. Snowcones went with Dusa. I think she's okay. I don't think she's greatly buffed or anything. I think she's okay. Nothing special about her, I don't think. Legion, again, I think she's okay. Nothing special, I don't think. Another Bane. Literally every series so far has Bane, and I almost drafted Bane in our series. Like, so everyone's looking at Bane like, hey, that's gonna be a good hero. That's awesome. We all have the same thought process. Axe, I think, is okay. He's not great, or I don't think he is great. Actually, no, he's in a good spot. I'd say he's like A tier. I don't think he's S tier, but I'd say he's A tier or B tier. And then Lion, I don't think Lion's good. I don't think he was buffed enough, and I still think he's not good, but personal opinion. I mean, this draft is really impressive that all these heroes I think are pretty decent. None of them are like, the best heroes of the patch. Lycan probably was at the start anyway, but I mean, it's decent draft, so I have to give it to Ann Candy for game 1. That's weird. It's like being... Did you steal it? Oh, that was huge.
Double kill.
The war may now continue.
Killing spree. Triple kill.
Like, Lion's just sitting there sucking. I just think they're
Ultra
gonna
kill.
suck. Right, game 2. Timbersaw. I think Timbersaw is really good, but I don't think he's not. I think he's soon will be a really good hero, but right now I don't think he's that good. I know he faces Void. I mean, that's a Ziggy classic, so it is what it is. I don't think he's in a amazing spot, but they first phased him. AA I think is pretty good. 53% win rate almost. I mean, I didn't think it was anything special, but he's doing really well. 53% win rate. That's awesome. Dark Willow, nothing special about her, and Slardar, nothing special about him. I don't know. I think these are like comfort picks. I mean, not a bad idea to just go comfort picks when you're on the day of a new patch because no one knows what's going on. So that's not bad actually. Naga Siren, I think Naga Siren is in a really good spot right now, like really good. I think Naga was, when it first came out, Naga was up there with Wraith King and PL as the like 3 best carries. And then Wraith King just kind of took it away. You build Radiance. It's kind of hard. I mean, you can build Radiance on Naga, right? I guess there's more farmy, less fighty. But they went Kunkka. I think Kunkka's in a good spot. So Ancanny does the same thing. They pick a lot of like mids in the off lane. They went with Lone Druid here. I don't know if Lone Druid's good or not. Clockwork, again, I don't know if he's in a really good spot. I like the hero. I just don't know if he's in a really good spot. Dazzle, I think Dazzle's buffs make him a core more so than a support. I don't think he's a good support right now. I don't think he got buffed enough to be a good support. I think you could play him core, sure. I just don't think he's good enough support right now. I mean, for the meta, I gotta give it to Ankenny again. Like, Naga and Kunkka are pretty good. I mean, they got a little weird with Lone Druid. Clockwork and Dazzle are okay support duo. You don't really have any wave push here other than Kunkka and Naka, so you gotta be careful with your lanes, but looks like they won again. I think Ankenny is just so far the best team. Until someone proves me wrong, that's what I'm going with. You smokes. you're a relatively better team. If you don't, then you know, you're like us. Quick pick. Tar says, get out of my swamp.
Dominating. Mega kill. Double kill.
Buybacks. Okay. Oh, they get the concept. I'm missing the Starlark going head. Man,
Killing spree.
I didn't see the Naga dash. So that's an AA. I did. Oh, dude, he almost exposed Dazzle too. He almost got his Dazzle killed. Dude, this series was really good too. I have to give the series to Harpies and Wards and Base, but this series is really good. I'm actually really impressed with Snow Cones. I thought I saw the 2-0, excuse me, in the draft, and I thought, man, Anken's just way better. But Snow Cones actually kept it. I mean, they had a lead in this game. They're really, I thought it was really good. So I'm impressed with Snow Cones here. They are like opening the path. If I'm Harpies or Wards and Base, like some of the other top teams, I'm watching this game and being like, okay, what did Lemon Snow Cones do that almost, because they almost won this game. What did they do that almost beat Ankenny? Taking notes, so then when they play Ankenny, it's like they've been exposed, you know what I mean? Study this game. If you're on one of these teams, study this game. You'll learn a lot, I think. But very good series. Last series of the day, my series, woot. Well, not really last series, I still gotta look at these, but I actually cannot remember anything about these games, so I should not have put it off 2 weeks. So that's my bad. Let's do meta. Ogre, talked about him a couple times. I think he's okay. I don't think anything special. Arc Warden, I think is not in a bad spot. 53%, that's pretty good. I know he had a pretty good game. My mid did not like playing against him. I remember that. Weaver, we just did not have enough lockdown, I think. We had okay lockdown. But yeah, I think the Weaver did really well. Mars, I think, is in an okay spot. Oh, I guess he's not good. I thought he was kind of good, but 49% win rate. Yikes. Rubik, I really like Rubik right now. Only 46% win rate. Kind of surprises me, but he's like the Pudge of supports. Like everyone likes picking him, so I understand it. Shadow Demon, I think he's okay. Dazzle, I don't think he can be a support. We've had him mid. I don't think it went well against Arc Warden. Jakiro, I feel bad. I do remember this. I literally just kept telling Nick, I was like, hey man, I don't care if you die. You just have to defend this mid tower. Like, don't let them get this mid tower. And they kept killing him. And so I feel so bad. It must have been so miserable. He probably wanted to do anything else on the map. And I'm like, I just need you to be mid and kill that creep wave anytime it comes up. Nothing else matters. I feel so bad. We fell for the lifestealer trick. I think he could be good eventually. Like I was saying, I just think right now he's not good. And so we fell for it. Pango, I actually think is not in a bad 49% win rate. It's not great. So yeah, definitely their draft then, based on meta, their draft is way better. Oops, I'm sorry, I messed up. That was our mid. Oh, the team fight's just going. This guy was really good at stealing a roll.
They're under attack.
I think in general, Maroon was just really good at split pushing. I think I fucked up there. I was just not good at Shadow Demon.
Dyer's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, I think I lost this team fight. Sad.
Dyer's middle barracks are fallen.
You win some, you lose some, boys. Not a big deal. Okay, game 2. Monkey King, I think, is in an extremely good spot right now in pro player level pubs. I think BSJ talks about it all the time. He loves Monkey King. He thinks it's like Wraith King's the best, then Monkey King. So good pick. Really like it. Zeus, he's okay. I don't think anything special, right? He's not like overpowered. I think he's a good mid. Wins lane, and I think he's a good pick. I don't mind it at all. Io, 45% win rate. I mean, he's a really hard hero to play, so usually it's a down. Oh, this guy went 4-1 and 17. Is he a support? He was a support IO. He only died once. Nice, good job. I don't think it's hugely popular right now, but you know, if you can play IO, he's good. Beastmaster, it's like a B tier, C tier offlaner right now. Oh, I already know about this game. All right, so Earth Spirit I think is not a great 4 right now. Okay, so really good Monkey King pick. Zeus is okay. These I don't really love, but I think it's fine. I remember this game. They just kept split pushing the whole time. They just never. They were really good at split pushing. So Oracle I thought was really good last patch, and then didn't get nerfed at all. I was like, oh, he's gonna be wicked good this patch too. I don't think Oracle was that good. 49% win rate, so it's pretty meh. C tier. Void, I think we've talked about this nonstop. Only a 45% win rate. I thought he was okay. 45% win rate is not really that good, so maybe I was wrong. Jakiro I like again. I told him to do the same thing. I feel bad. I keep just exposing Nick, but you know, he was our only wave clear. I needed him to do it. I couldn't do it with an Oracle. Underlord I think is pretty good. 55% win rate is pretty good. And then Lestrak, I thought it was pretty good. I think we lost, if I remember correctly, like early game pretty hard, and then they just split pushed us. I think. I mean, because we had way better team fight, obviously. I think they specifically picked to split push. Yeah. Dude, nice pick by Nick. We're all grouped up. My positioning's so off, bro. What am I doing? I'm just next to the rack. Oh. Huge Corona. Great follow up with the ice pad.
Double kill.
Damn, I did nothing that fight.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Killing spree.
Dude, I'm fucking useless. Alright, after watching those, I remember the games a little bit more. I think Yo Maroon's really good at splitting up the map and split pushing, and they definitely had a better idea of the meta as well. And I think they're just, you know, a little bit better than us. So kudos to them. I remember correctly, it was a fun series. So good job. I had to because I make the videos, I threw in a video of us team wiping them because it's my video, my rules, and I wanted to look good. And then I watched the video, and I didn't do anything. I literally did not do anything the entire fight. So good job, my teammates. I can't find these games. I don't know if they just weren't tagged or what. I can't find them anywhere. So my apologies to you guys if you did ticket the series and I'm just a Papega. That's my bad. A 1-1. I think that's kind of what I would expect. Yeah, I think 6-player versus Mantises. I think both are in the bottom third with us. Close series. I think, you know, 1-1 is pretty solid. Volsel versus March of Gods. I need to just pay attention more because I'm confusing all the teams. But Volsel, I think I expected them to 2-0. That's kind of to be expected. I think I think these two teams are closer to the middle, right? Unless that was the other Victoria's Secret, I thought. But I think Volsel just I thought they were better in the replays I've watched, so I expect that 2-0. And then Gophers versus Dingoes, yeah, I kind of expected that. I think Dingoes were just a little bit better. All right, again, I apologize, guys. I just can't find the games, and so I had to talk about them like this. It's my bad. Unless you guys didn't ticket it, then it's your bad. But what are you gonna do? So Rankins and Kenny's gonna stay at the top. I'm gonna put snow cones here. I'm going to say these are tough. I could be the way, and I'm kind of snuffing Volsel here by putting snow cones in front of them. But I think snow cones playing and Kenny extremely well. That was probably the closest matchup for Ann Kenny all season. So I'm just gonna put. I think snow cones are a really good team right now. So I'm kind of snuffing Volsel, but I'm sorry. Two Boots has a better record. They were 2-0 and got 2-0'd by Ann Kenny. They've only lost to Ann Kenny. Two Boots is pretty good. I feel like I might be snuffing Wards and Base a little bit because they played Harpies really well. I mean, they could easily be 5-1 right now, and Harpies could be 3-3. So I'm kind of snuffing them, but Two Boots played really well. I think I'm gonna put Wards and Base above Two Boots. I'm sorry, I'm snuffing Two Boots now. My apologies. I think I'm gonna move Maroon up to here. I think they played pretty well. Who is it? Dingoes? I think are still down here. This looks about right, I think. this is what I'll do for rankings here. I'd say even these 6. I would say Yo Maroon's middle of the pack, but I would say these 6 are the teams that are all changing around a lot. And then the bottom 8, I think will probably stay basically like this the rest of the season. That's my expectation. Obviously, I could be wrong. All right, real quick predictions, and then I'll call it on the video. Ankeny versus Volsel. I'm going to give Ankeny the edge. Instead, it's going to be 2-0. I think Ankeny is the best team in this league right now, and I'd love for Volsel to make it so they're not undefeated anymore. I mean, I keep forgetting, you know, I've had Volsel up here before, you know. They were ranked 2 at one point, and they're top 4 team, so it's very possible they could definitely take a game off here. I just have expectations that Ankeny will win. Gophers versus Instigators. I hate doing this because I think I'm biased whenever I do this, but I think I have to give us a 2-0 advantage. I would expect it. But, you know, Gophers could absolutely take a game off us. I have not been playing Dota. I don't know if my team's been playing Dota. And it's a patch, and I'd love to see them prove it to me that they are a better team and they take a game off us. That'd be great. I'd love to see it, even though I'd be losing. Mittenses versus Mog. Where has Mog been all season? Mittenses. I'll say 1-1. This is going to be a close game, I think. Maroons versus Dingoes. I'm going to say Maroon 2-0 that. I know Dingoes just came off a 2-0. I expect Maroon to. I think Maroon's pretty good. I had them way higher up. Now they're down here. So I think they're pretty good. I expect Maroon to 2-0. Harpies versus Snow Cones. Snow Cones I just put above Volsel, right? And they don't have the record. I need them to prove to me that they deserve it. And I'm going to say Harpies will 2-0. Just because I think Harpies have been playing really well. Obviously, we just take a 2-week break, so everything's up in the air. But who knows? I think Harpies will 2-0. I think there's a clear 1 and 2 in the league, and I want Snow Cones to prove me wrong. 6 player versus Maritime League Forever Young. They were playing okay. Oh, they haven't won since week 1, though. And then 6 player, 1-1, someone last week. I would say this is a 1-1. I would love 6 player to prove to me that they're better. I mean, this is literally just a placement game, right? These bottom 6 teams, I think everyone's playing each other. At the bottom 8 teams, everyone's playing each other. But yeah, so like 6 player, they win. They're going to move up. Good placement match here. And then Wards and Base versus 2 Boots. This is also a really good game. I'm going to say 2-0 Wards and Base. I'd love to be wrong. Prove me wrong, Brewster, Finley, and Dan. I think Harpies versus Snow Cones is probably the best skill match. I think it'll be a really good match. But I did this last year. I gave like the same teams the game of the week every week. Ankeny versus Volsel is also going to be a really good game. I think I've given Ankeny games of the week once. Harpies gave it once. So I gave Ankeny game of the week once. I gave Harpies game of the week once. I gave Harpies it twice. I don't really want to give it to him again. I don't really want to give Ankeny again. I think Wards and Base versus 2 Boots, I think is going to be my pre-games. I think this is going to be a good series. I would say this is going to be a good series. I'd love to see 2 Boots prove me wrong here. I guess I don't really know how I could say 2-0. I think it would be a good series. Maybe I say this. I think this is a prove-it game for both teams here. This will be my pre-game. Yeah, let's do that. I think 6 player versus Maritime Lincoln's my game of the week going into the week. We'll see if I'm right or not, but that's it. And then, yeah, that'll be it, boys. Good luck. Have fun. Hopefully this video goes up soon. Sorry for procrastinating so long. Sorry for the teams I couldn't talk about that much. I hope everyone's figured out the patch a little bit more than me now, but it is what it is.